In this video, I'm going to talk about a very touchy topic about if you are laid off or you're on the verge of being laid off, what do you do in such a scenario? Now, this is not a new scenario because there's so much laying off that's happening, whether it's in the tech sector, whether it's in e-commerce, whether it's any of the new age sectors. It's also happening in consulting. Recently, a leading consulting firm in India laid off 200 people across levels in one day. So this video is relevant for you that if you have been laid off or you're on the verge of being laid off, how do you plan your life for the next 6 to 9 months so that it comes on track? Now, before we continue, please do subscribe to this channel, click on the bell icon so that the next time I make a video about careers, you can come to know about it straight away. Now, there are 6 things you have to consider, and I request you to watch till the end of this video if you are being laid off or on the verge of being laid off. And here are the 6 steps I'm going to speak about in this video. So step number 1 is more to do in the mindset that layoffs, you have to tell yourself, are very, very common. We don't live in our parents' generation where layoffs were unheard of. In the generation we live in, every 3 to 4 years, you are going to be laid off. It's part of the job, it's part of the trade. There is nothing personal about it because AI is coming in, AI is going to replace potentially so many jobs. And honestly, what we do is not rocket science. All of us are replaceable at our place of work. So layoffs are going to be very common and layoffs are going to be a part of life. And the first thing you have to tell in your mindset is that there is nothing personal or there is nothing that is wrong which has been done. This is just normal. The way you drink water is the way you will be laid off. The second step out of the 6 is probably very, very important, which is about how to manage your finances. Now, once you've been laid off or on the verge of being laid off, you will need about 6 to 9 months to get your job back or get a dream job back. Now, during this period of 6 to 9 months, it is important to sort your finances. So whatever your working expenses are for each of these months, you take that amount and put it in a savings bank account. So say your monthly expense of rent, food, etc. is 30,000 a month. Take that amount for 6 to 9 months, which is about 2 lakhs, 2.25 lakhs, and put that in a savings account so that you're sorted for 6 to 9 months. Now, where does this money come from? If you're being laid off, you may get a severance package, and hopefully that severance package can contribute to this emergency fund of 6 to 9 months. Or if you do not have access to that severance package, you may want to liquidate some of your savings or reach out to your parents so that for the 6 to 9 months, you are taken care of. Step number 3 is about how you have to come on social media platform like LinkedIn and actually network and build that brand. Now, I should add that you don't do this on LinkedIn only when your job is under threat or you've been laid off. This is something you should be doing every day, but this is a good time to get started. So what do you do on LinkedIn? Essentially, reach out to people in companies you're interested in. So identify about 25 companies you really want to work for, reach out to their HRs, reach out to your seniors, reach out to the VPs of such firms, send them connection invites, and talk about the areas you're familiar with. So post about areas which you're experts in. So if you are an analytics expert, take the latest news item in analytics and post on LinkedIn saying, this is what is happening in the world of analytics, 3 interesting parts about this latest story. So that's how you convey to the world that you know that area and keep doing this. And like I said, this is not just when things are bad, but this is something you should do every day. Step number 4 is you have to reach out to your immediate network. Reach out to your peers, your mentors, your past bosses, and understand from them how the job market is looking. Sometimes they'll give you a view in the mirror in terms of what ground reality is. You may have connections with placement coordinators, placement agencies, and they're generally good set of people to tell you where you might be headed, where is the industry headed, what sort of skills you need to build. So have these conversations with them to get a good sense. I personally believe with placement coordinators or placement agencies, even if you're not under the threat of layoffs, you should speak to them every 6 months just to understand where the market is so that you're absolutely ready for the world in 6 months, 12 months, and 18 months. Step number 5, what you should look at it, and it's a big problem I see with people, is do not get stuck in a rut. It's very important when you don't have that daily job that you build a routine for yourself. Get up in the morning at a certain point in time, have a certain schedule, and do something. If you've always wanted to start that YouTube channel, do it during this period. If you want to teach, go ahead and teach class 12 students, teach students for competitive entrance exams, teach even primary school students, join maybe an NGO, join your friend's startup. If your family there's a business, join that business for a few months. Now you may not make a lot of money during this phase, but it's important that you keep yourself busy, you keep trying something else, maybe an area of passion, you keep learning something else, and then maybe that dream opportunity will come your way. But the worst thing you can do during this phase is just lie idle and do nothing about it. And step number 6, and this is again linked to step number 1 of the mindset, is never feel sorry for yourself and never feel that you are inadequate or that something is wrong with you. No, nothing is wrong with you. Layoffs are very common. Companies fire people. Unfortunately, it was you. There is nothing wrong with you. It is a part of life. Nobody says you are inadequate or you are not good enough. Never tell yourself any of that. What happens during this phase is also you will see the reality of a lot of people. You will see a reality of your friends. You will see the reality of your neighbors. You will see the reality of your relatives. And they will actually be very, very nasty with you, and you just have to cough it up and just take it. And as they say, it's good to see this early in life than to see reality of people later on in life. So here are the 6 steps I spoke about in case you've been laid off or on the verge of being laid off. Please do consider these 6 steps, and hopefully you'll be back in about 6 to 9 months time. What other steps can you think about? Drop your comments in the comment section. Drop your questions. I will try and answer as many as I can. And before we finish, thank you so much for watching my channel. Please do subscribe to it. Click on the bell icon so that the next time I make a video about careers, you come to know about it. Thank you so much.